Old Martin Luther Cambridge has done it again. It says here that Prince William has renewed his attack on the population growth in Africa, blaming it for destroying wildlife on the continent. That is a very, very dangerous thing to do. But yet he keeps doing it. He keeps talking about the environment. And in particular, he seems to be a bit triggered by the population density of Africa, which is not nearly as great as that of Asia and, of course, Europe. The African population density is relatively small compared to, say, Asia and Europe, but yet he keeps going on and on and on about the destroying of wildlife and the loss of habitat. And just in case William forgot to mention it, which I'd be surprised if he did, don't forget he slept rough with a black man, because William loves to let everybody know that he once slept rough with a black man. And in return, that black man said there's nowhere in the world that William is prejudiced because he slept rough with me. The headline that I love is this one here. Imperialist colonizer. Tell us how you really feel, right? Imperialist colonizer Prince William ripped for blaming African population growth for wildlife loss. Prince William's statement on population growth struck many as simplistic, or as if the future king was attacking Africans for having too many children. Not that it matters, but, that never stopped me before. I just want to point out that the Sussexes did receive an award earlier this year because they declared they were only going to have 2 children. We would love for there to be more Sussex children, but Harry's, environmentally responsible approach was put in action because, along with his wife, the Duchess of Sussex, they agreed to just have 2 children. It's been long reported that William and Kate were actually planning for a 4th. The article goes on to say that Prince William's statement Tuesday about the African population growth is impacting the continent's wildlife is not going down well, particularly among those who view the royal family as an anachronistic relic of Britain's racist colonizing past. During the Tusk Conservation Awards, the Duke of Cambridge said the increasing pressure on Africa's wildlife and wild spaces as a result of human population presents a huge challenge for conservation as it does the world over. Well, if you look at the actual population density, continents by population density, Asia ranks number 1, population density per square meter, 95.3. So Asia ranks the highest, followed by Europe at 72.51, Africa at 33.66, and North America at 22.13. So in other words, William, try to concentrate on some domestic things that are going on, like the fact that your prime minister seems to have had some type of meltdown right in front of a bunch of business leaders. The way that they have attacked Joe Biden again and again, I will take a Joe Biden with all of his deficits any day of the week compared to having the president we had before and the prime minister that you have now. At some point, I'm not going to even mention the Cambridges again because it's just not that important to me. The only reason why I ever mention them is because of the bit of trouble that they have made for the Sussexes. But before the Duchess of Sussex, I didn't even know anything about the Cambridges. I knew of the wedding. I just basically had a very surface level knowledge of the Cambridges. Like most people, they were just novelties, not really working adults. But honestly, I don't know how this model for the future of the royal family works, because the Duchess of Cambridge went to go and visit some school kids. Old Jazz Hands herself was out grinning and grinning and grinning and grinning, grinning and grinning and grinning and grinning, and a grinning and grinning and grinning and grinning, and doing her Bob Fosse jazz hands. And just like the last visit that the Cambridges made together, these kids had, I don't know, it seemed like somebody spiked their milk or something.
An honour to Miss Rome. So really well done. I hope you found it interesting. It's a real passion of mine, learning about babies' brains, about how our adult brains develop and how our early childhood influences the adults we become. So keep thinking about it, keep chatting about it with your friends, and yeah, well done. Super impressed, and thank you.
Because they had little or no reaction to the fact that the future Queen of England was in the classroom. They didn't care. She spoke in a language that they didn't understand, something about child care and development. I don't understand why she's telling the kids to. And I'm just looking at these kids, I'm like, sister, you do know it's going to be a while before they start a family. Why are you telling them about child care and development? I think it would have made sense to interact with the kids and then go someplace to a remote location and then start preaching about this 10-year plan of yours to help people with child care development, a plan that doesn't include hiring 3 nannies. If you really want to help the people of Britain with their child development, hire 3 nannies, 1 for each child. Hire a team of nannies, a cook, someone to clean the house, and I don't know if they have a butler or not, but just hire a team of people. And I'm sure that all the families of the United Kingdom will get this sorted in no time. These are 2 of the most tone-deaf people I've ever seen. Tone-deaf. Who is advising them? Someone who had the ability to take time off from work as a working senior royal. She took months and months away from royal duty. Nothing of any importance anyway. She took months away from royal duty so that she could be there with her kids and their nannies. And then when somebody raises up the camera, all of a sudden the nannies retreat to the back of the room, or they wear something that blends in with the wallpaper. I don't know where they go, but you can almost never catch them on camera. It's almost more likely that you'll catch the Loch Ness Monster or perhaps the Bigfoot than you will catch those nannies on camera. They make sure they disappear. So I don't get where they're going with this stuff. Back to Jazz Hands. Did you notice how exceedingly bored those children were? One kid was in the background actually mocking her. I guess he was explaining to the other kids, yeah, they call it jazz hands. And then when she finally made her exit, it was like, bye. I mean, listen to the way they said goodbye to her.
So keep thinking about it, keep chatting about it with your friends, and yeah, well done. Super impressed, and thank you. Thank you. Bye.
How embarrassing. Oh, well, that's what happens when you tell some grade school kids about brain development in a child. Kate, they need to hire a new staff. Instead of hiring people to plot against your sister-in-law and your brother-in-law, why don't you hire some people that are true image consultants and hire yourself a fashionista? Hire yourself someone who can help you achieve a look for yourself. She needs a stylist. desperately. And the best that she can do is murmur a few words and disappear. This is the mean girl who helped to drive the Duchess of Sussex out of the United Kingdom with a lie. As a matter of fact, let's just say several lies, because as an adult person, she was in the deep of it. From all accounts, she was in the deep of it and said and did nothing to help a woman who was pregnant and suffering on a daily basis from a lie that involved her. This is why we have such little sympathy for these moments when she's being thrown into the deep end and told to swim, and she's just not able to perform. What did they call her on the magazine the other day? Was it a newspaper? The English Rose, with her lovely English rose complexion. That's a dog whistle. We all know what they were trying to say. So I feel sorry for her, but not sorry for her. The Cambridges have involved themselves in something incredibly shady with the press, and it's all coming out now. And the fact that they have had this falling out with the BBC, I'm still not sure that that's warranted, because something tells me that by the time this next documentary come out, we're going to find that it's just much to do about nothing. And moreover, they're not likely to pay the price for it because of their divine right of kings or crown prince or future Prince of Wales, whatever covers them and gives them protection. Nothing's going to come of it. But there's a change. The winds of change are actually blowing right now, because something happened when they were in Scotland. When they were in Scotland, they were exposed as hypocrites, and the Queen had enough sense to know to sit that one out. So she let the rest of them go up there and make a fool of themselves. The ultimate hypocrites, these people, that's Charles, Camilla, and of course, Kate, and William, those people are living a jet-set life while everybody else is talking about the environment. And so, yeah, you may have the tabloids to spew all of this hate and vile remarks against the Sussexes for the very few times that they have used a private jet. But the real story is the fact that they have multiple homes. They routinely use a helicopter. They use private trains. They use a fleet of automobiles every time they have an official function. I can understand if it was just one person doing that. But you also have Prince Charles. You have William and Kate. And of course, Camilla. You have other members of the family on special occasions. And you also have Her Majesty the Queen. That's a whole family of people, multiple generations of people that are using a lot of fuel every day. And then you go to an environmental summit and preach to the world about their carbon footprints. I mean, that is just the height of hypocrisy. And so now you have this this prince of the realm, Prince William, the savior of all, who's trying to help the people of Africa. The last time the British tried to help the Africans, let me think, what happened? Oh, I know. It was called colonization. Every day more things come out of Africa than actually go into Africa, and that's just a fact. So I don't want to look at today with too much glee. That would be unfair, but I tell you, both Cambridges kind of fell flat on their faces. They fell flat. They tried to hit the high note, and it came out extremely flat. When the Cambridges go places, there's no need for so many barriers. There's no need to restrain the crowds, and there's no overflow of people. None of that happens. It's just, oh, yeah, that's them. Oh, I think I saw them go past when I was headed into the Aldi's or the Marks and Spencer's. Yeah, I think I saw something. I don't know. I just wasn't interested. So I tell you, son, Daily Mail, whomever, just keep putting those big pictures of the of jazz hands on the cover of your papers, your front pages, and keep trying to sell her as the savior of the royal family. Good luck with that one, because I don't see it. Meanwhile, in Montecito, there's a lovely couple with two beautiful children, a very hip, cool grandma that are changing the world, that are the most admired of anybody in the royal family. Never mind what those rags say. Don't even bother with those polls. They are the most admired in that family. They are the most quoted, the most photographed. They are the most talked about. They are the most influential in the family. Prince Charles was in the desert last week with Camilla, Queen of the Desert. Nobody noticed. People didn't even know they were going. I bet you the household staff were like, what? Get out of here. Yeah, they're in the desert. They're wandering the desert. Did Camilla take her moisturizer? I hope she did. That's it for now. Please like, subscribe, share, donate, etc. If you would like to make a donation and you don't know how, to help support this channel, you can go to the comments section where you can find links to the Patreon, the PayPal, and the Cash App. Thanks for watching Royal Sussex.